Hi, all. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Divine Frequency Podcast. I'm happy you're here. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning listener, thank you so much. The appreciation runs real deep. Please like, share, subscribe, give me a rating on whatever streaming source you're using. I can be found on all streaming platforms. Today, we're going to talk about something that many people misunderstand. Accountability isn't punishment. I'm going to say that again. Accountability is not punishment. Somewhere along the way, many of us learned to associate being held accountable with shame, rejection, criticism, or being made to feel wrong. So when someone points out a mistake, sets a boundary, or asks us to take responsibility for our actions, it can feel like an attack. But accountability and punishment are not the same thing. Punishment says, you are bad. Accountability says, you made a choice and choices have consequences. Punishment focuses on shame. Accountability focuses on growth. Punishment seeks to inflict pain. Accountability seeks to create awareness. The truth is, healing requires accountability. Without accountability, we repeat patterns. Without accountability, we blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for things that are actually within our power to change. Let me repeat that. Without accountability, we blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for things that are actually within our power to change. I call that the blame game. And that doesn't just apply to relationships with others. It applies to our relationships with ourselves. How often do we say we want peace but continue choosing chaos? How often do we say we want healing but avoid the uncomfortable work it requires? How often do we say we want different results while repeating the same behaviors? That's where accountability becomes an act of self-love, not self-judgment, self-respect. Because when you hold yourself accountable, you're acknowledging your power. You're saying, I may not control everything that happens to me, but I do have control over how I respond. And that is a lesson to be learned. And I'm still working on that. But that's the point, putting in the work. And when someone lovingly holds you accountable, they're not necessarily trying to hurt you. Sometimes they're inviting you into a higher version of yourself, a version that takes ownership, a version that grows, a version that stops running from hard truths. Now, accountability should never be confused with abuse. Someone shaming, belittling, humiliating, or controlling you is not accountability. Healthy accountability comes with respect. And I'm going to repeat that. You already know. Healthy accountability comes with respect. It comes with honesty. It comes with the intention to build, not destroy. As we continue raising our frequency, it's important to remember this. Are you ready? Get a pen. Growth requires reflection. Reflection requires honesty. And honesty requires accountability. Not because you're bad, not because you're failing, but because you're evolving. Before we close today's episode, I want to give you these journal prompts. Where in your life are you resisting accountability because it feels like punishment? And what might change if you viewed accountability as an opportunity rather than a threat? So I'm challenging you all to get on that shadow work, because I know when none of us are perfect. I don't ever claim to be perfect, but I claim to be working on myself. And I challenge you all to use those journal prompts and start digging into some hard truths and see what accountability is really like. There's so much growth in it. Until next time, stay grounded, stay honest with yourself, keep raising your frequency, take care of yourself, and take care of each other.